take them level with Hearts in the league table. And they had a new signing to show off.
Meets Seni Ndiaye at 6'2" and 13 stone. Dunfermline hope the Senegal international striker is going to make a big impression. They've signed him till the end of the season. There may be a touch of the Ricardo Fuller about him, and with the Jamaican the main man in attack for Hearts, we should get every chance to compare them. Jimmy Calderwood's made 4 changes to the team knocked out of the Cup at Ayr last Saturday. Out are Skinner, Mason, Petrie and Bullen. In, apart from Ndiaye, come Youssef Rossi, Michael Panopoulos and Chris McGrorty. Flogal's flu means Craig Levein had to make 1 change to his Hearts team. Stephen Simmons is the replacement. Kevin McKenna's still away at the Gold Cup, but Stephen Presley's fit again, so he's in at the back with Austin McCann, the man to drop out. The referee for Dunfermline against Hearts is Kenny Clark. Meeting of 2 teams with pretty similar recent records. Both went through a run of 7 games unbeaten. Both exited the Tennant Scottish Cup last weekend, beaten by First Division sides. Dunfermline losing out at Somerset Park, and Hearts beaten at Tynecastle by Inverness Cally Thistle. So every reason for both Jimmy Calderwood and Craig Levein to want their teams to bounce back here. Scott Thompson. Ian Ferguson on the ball. Rossi's pass picks out Nicholson. Here's Stevie Crawford. Sprightly start from the Pars. Stevie Crawford hasn't missed a game all season. And set up by Nicholson. He tried to cut that one back. What he did get was a corner kick. So there's set-piece opportunity after just 60 seconds. Firm header away by Stephen Presley. That's McPherson. Thompson, good effort. Scored twice against Rangers 10 days ago, pre the fight back in the second half. No one more disappointed than him. Rangers took the spoils that night. Ricardo Fuller's flick. Wheels can't quite get there. Thompson driving forward. Well read, well won by Scott Severin. It's Wales, and it's wide, just. Positive stuff from Severin, turning defence very quickly into attack. And Wales trying to add to his 6 goals so far this season. He scored 4 in the last 8. And yet Thompson stretching here. Simmons slipped. And McGrorty, Nicholson, and Ndiaye. Lovely turn away from Webster. Good covering from Stephen Presley. The first real flash there of Ndiaye. Comes with a good reputation. McPherson turned it back in. Simmons playing a 1-2 with Kenny Clark. McPherson's cross. And McGrorty. Nicholson stepped over it cleverly for Ferguson. That was an opportunity for Dunfermline. And Ian Ferguson's effort deflected wide. Webster, Simmons. Back with Stephen Simmons. And his shot came off Thompson. Webster and Presley lurking at the far post. In from Fulton. There is Presley. There is Webster. Maybury's shot. Good one. pretty solid stop from Scott Thompson. It was a pretty solid strike as well from Maybury. Chipped up by Nicholson for Crawford. And Dye making sure that Scott Severn conceded that corner kick. Barry Nicholson's the corner kick man. That was Thompson's header, and over the top from Panopoulos. There was an opportunity from close range. It was a good header in from Thompson, and Michael Panopoulos got that all wrong. Simmons flick, Fuller, powerful run, away from Rossi. Here's a chance. Off the line by Scott Thompson. And he's hurt himself in the process. Tremendous effort this from Thompson after Fuller looked as if he was going to break the deadlock. Powerful play from him. He beat one Scott Thompson, but he didn't beat the other. That's Severn and Wales, good touch. Simmons into the stride of Fuller. Gronlund into the box. But still it's Fuller. Maybury. Deflected wide. And a corner. Good try this from Maybury because it could have gone anywhere. Thompson for Ndiaye, strong enough, he was held just at the edge of the box by Andy Webster. Very close to a penalty kick this. He had a fistful of his shorts there, Webster, but the offence certainly was outside the area. Yellow card for the former Arbroath defender. And this is what you call a professional foul, because had he not held him back, Ndiaye was in. I don't think he was the last man, Andy Webster, which is why the card was yellow and not red. It's Ferguson and Nicholson over the ball, and Scott Thompson just behind. There's Thompson, it's deflected and it's in. Thompson's goal, 8 minutes into the second half, and a 6th goal of the season for Scott Thompson. Certainly seemed to take a deflection on its way in at the far post, and Nyemi was a beaten man. So Scott Thompson does it again, and he hopes his team can hold out this time. 1-0. Good touch from Wales. Simmons and Maybury. And a good header from Gary Wales, just wide. He climbed high for this, but couldn't quite hit the target. Gronlund, Fulton. Presley operating as an auxiliary left winger at the moment. Fulton's delivery into the box, away by Ferguson. Grote. Great pace. Ndiaye, Crawford is free in the middle. If we've been able to turn that back. Tried to score from a very acute angle there. His route was probably cut off in terms of squaring the ball into the middle, because if he'd been able to do so, then Crawford might well have been able to make it 2. Severn was there, and Webster. Panopoulos caught in 2 minds, lucky to get a second chance. Nicholson. Crawford. And McGroty on his right foot. Might get another chance. Just wide. Alan Maybury could have been punished there for a lapse of concentration in the danger area. It was Crawford who worked it onto McGroty. The shot was blocked, and as Maybury stood and watched, McGroty tried that second effort on goal, first with the right foot, and then tried to roll it in with his left, and if it had been on target, Antonyemi was a beaten man. Severin. Spectacular effort from Gary Wales. Reckoned he was being held. Looking for a penalty. In from Severin. And there were certainly hands on Wales as the ball was played in. No doubt about that. Was he pulled to the ground by Thompson? The referee said no. Staring at the fourth defeat on the trot, the way things stand. Craig Levein. Two minutes added, 2 to go. Hearts chasing a goal to square the game. Boyack. Severin wants this into the danger area. Flicked on by Stephen Simmons. And agonisingly just wide. Good efforts from the youngster. Set up by Severin's cross. Knew exactly where the goals were. Scott Thompson flung himself across. But the ball slipped wide. Corner kick conceded by Scott Thompson under pressure from Ricardo Fuller. So maybe now one last chance for Hearts. Salvage operation continues. And they've done it. Stefan Adam rescues a point for Hearts right at the end. 93 minutes on the clock, and look how much it meant to Craig Levein. Deflecting in Andy Webster's header, and Scott Thompson didn't have a chance of keeping it out. Dunfermline furious that they weren't able to hold out, and it looks now to be a point apiece. Lee Bullen knocks it down for Barry Nicholson. Gus McPherson. That's a waste. And game over. Stefan Adam, a late sub, saves Hearts with that close range goal. A third of the season for him. And it gives Hearts a point to take back to Tynecastle. It looked as if they would surely be beaten deep in the heart of stoppage time after Scott Thompson had scored from a free kick for Dunfermline. He was disappointed to score twice against Rangers and lose. And as he picks up his Man of the Match award, he's again downhearted as Hearts get a draw with that late Adam goal. 1-1 final score at East End Park.
So a point apiece for Dunfermline and Hearts. Let's hear what the two managers said afterwards. And as you can imagine, Jimmy Calderwood wasn't best chuffed.
It's annoying, the way, we'll just keep possession in the corners and we'll just try to play time out. And we've given a goal and it could be a very important one at the end of the season.
I thought we played well in the second half, especially after we went behind. I thought we passed the ball fairly well and we created opportunities. And I felt that we're worthy of at least a point. And it's always a better point when you score in the last minute.
It's the third time now this season, Rob, that's happened to us in the last minute. I'll credit Hearts for still fighting, but You know, it was a poor goal we gave away, and I really thought we deserved to win the game, to be honest.
Not as angry as he was last weekend, I don't think, Barry, but obviously disappointed. That must feel a bit like a defeat, does it?
Yeah, definitely. To lose a goal so late on in the game is always disappointing. The manager rightly was disappointed last week here, and I think the boys gave him a little bit of lift today with the performance. The attitude was right, and we thought we deserved to take more than a point from the game. Just to lose the goal late on is a major blow for us.
The fans weren't too delighted when the sign went up for 4 minutes of stoppage time, and of course it was well into that when the equaliser came along.
Yeah, that's right. I think Gus McPherson asked the referee how long was to go, and he said 5 minutes, and then I don't know where he got the fourth from, but...
Did he ask him in that typical Gus polite manner?
Yeah, I think it was that way.
You should never trust a referee.
Yeah,
never trust a man in black.
Yeah, I know. From the corner, but we're just wondering where the extra time came from.
Let's have a look at Seni Ndiaye and what he added to the game. His first match for Dunfermline, having barely trained, I think, with you. But he looks handy.
Yeah, that's right. The big man done really well. He's only trained 1 day. It was really bad conditions as well, but he looks to be quick and strong, and hopefully he'll do a job for us.
Is he Big Seni?
Big Seni, that's what he's called so far anyway.
He's got 10 caps with Senegal, Gordon, and he's hoping to get to the World Cup by getting games with Dunfermline, and he's a feral specimen, isn't he?
Yeah, he could be a good addition. I mean, he might do for Dunfermline what Ricardo Fuller has done for Hearts, and give them that little bit of something different up front, strength and pace, and we'll still to find out whether he's got goal-scoring ability as well.
And Jimmy was involved in the opening goal. He won the free kick with another strong run towards the edge of the area. In fact, this was nearly a penalty.
Well, yeah, he was. He is very strong, and you know, another step here in Webster's, it's a penalty, and it's more than a booking for him. But you know, even Ndiaye doesn't even look as though he wants to stay down there as well, which is a good sign. But there's the free kick, and it may have taken a deflection, Barry. I'm not quite sure. You were there. You'll know better, but. It's difficult to tell, but it looks like it's a good finish, but it looks like it's taking a deflection.
Yeah, it took a little bit of deflection. I took the free kick and rolled it to Ian Ferguson, and it took a little deflection off Fuller. Helped its way in, but Scott's definitely claiming it.
Is Scott getting a bit of a complex about scoring goals and not winning games?
Yeah, I think so. He scored the 2 against Rangers the other night and ended up losing 4-2. But he scored a few this season, especially free kicks. I think that's 6 he's got, so he'll be looking. I think he's equal with me now, so he's looking to overtake.
You had to get that one in, didn't you?
Yeah.
Obviously, Gordon, comparisons will be drawn between Fuller and Ndiaye. I mean, here's what Ricardo Fuller contributed today. Maybe not one of his better games for Hearts, but he's always doing something, isn't he? Yeah,
he's been an exciting addition to the Hearts squad, no doubt about that. I mean, they're fed up answering questions about what's going to happen about him, because he's been there for some time now, been turning in good performances, and you know, the Hearts keep saying to everybody the money's not there, but he certainly is an exciting player, and I'm sure a few teams will be looking at that, whether in this country or even down south, and they'll probably end up taking Phil at the end of the season, because he's got a lot to offer.
He's got good balance, isn't he? And he turns away, as we saw there, he spins away from defenders well, and he seems to... He's got good awareness as well. He's a decent player. Somebody, really, if Hearts can't afford him, somebody up here should take him.
A lot of the chat has centred on will he stay any longer at Hearts, but it seems to me that Hearts have scored in the first place by actually getting him there.
Well, that's right, but you know, you look what happened to Hibs when they got a Gatton and people started to look at a Gatton and thought, well, he's a real good player, you know, and they lost and they couldn't afford him, and if it happens to Hearts, they'll probably be regretting it, because sooner or later they'll get some money, and if they think there's some money somewhere down the line, they should maybe try and get their hands on it now and keep him.
Barry, you may wish to look away at this point, but I want you to talk at the same time, because we're going to see Stefan Adam's late goal again. What does this say to you?
Yeah, it's very disappointing. As we see there, he's peeled off a marker. I don't know who it is. I think it was Youssef Rossi, and nobody's picking up Stefan Adam in the 6-yard box, and it's bad defending from our point, and it's lost us 2 points really, which is a massive game for us.
That was a nice picture of you there when the ball's in, Stam, with your hands on your hips.
Yeah, that's my usual at a corner.
Well, it was by the 90 minutes you'd packed in already.
That's me,
but what you would say is, seeing a corner like that, defending late in the game, you should maybe get beaten at the back post by it, but you shouldn't be beaten at the near post with somebody getting a free header, because that's the main post you have to really protect at that stage. So I think that Webster did well to get his header in, but he really should have been closed down there.